These are the best free Google AI tools for research with some specialized bonuses for creative research. This NotebookLM update will cut hours from your research time. Google released Deep Research. It'll let you upload more source types, including spreadsheets and images, and keep your research from becoming disorganized. You don't have to go back and forth between Gemini, ChatGPT, Perplexity, but you can just do it all right here. Fast Research, finish the process within 10 seconds, maybe 20 seconds at the most. Deep Research takes a little bit more time. The time it takes for it to complete the research might vary depending on the topic, but this completed the research within 4 or 5 minutes, and we can see a summary of the research here. There's a complete report here with the number of sources cited in the report, so you can vet the resources by clicking on that icon to open it in a new tab, so you can look through the content and determine if this is actually what you want. It's even picked up YouTube videos and PDFs. Uncheck any content sources that you don't want, or just import all of them. You can hide the sources so we can see the actual PDF report. There's an executive summary, tables, different sections, a comprehensive report for you to review and import into your sources. We can ask this question down here, and it comes up with the answer for us, citing all the sources. Actually, if we click on our strategic report and look through it, it even cites where it came up with the information. With all these references, using numbers in the brackets, you can scroll all the way down to the bottom of the report, and it lists all the sources that it used, so you can match them with a number and click on any of the links if you want to find more. You can also create other materials in the studio frame on the right here. If you're tired of looking at a screen or pages of information, create an audio overview, download it and bring it with you, listen to it on the go. To customize the audio overview, click on the writing utensil and add any instructions you want in the bottom field here, and then click on generate. Once NotebookLM finishes generating the audio overview, you can just play the audio overview, or you can use the interactive mode with this hand waving motion. So to use this, just play the audio, and then you can click on this join button down here and ask questions about the deep research report and engage.
If you just, look at the raw statistics. Oh, hey, I think our listeners got something to say.
Do I actually need a full website, or can I just use a microsite?
Technically, you could start with a microsite or even just a strong link in bio tool. But if you are serious about building what we call a real, defensible digital media business, then the answer is a resounding yes. You absolutely need an owned website.
Okay, that's a great answer. If you want to create more visual content for learning or sharing, there are options for video.
NotebookLM just got a huge Opal research powerhouse.
Infographics that pull information from your sources for standalone visuals, and slide decks that can create diagrams, tables, and other visuals. To create custom visual interactive experiences in AI mode, go to google.com and enable AI mode, and then at the top menu here, there's a drop down. Make sure you select thinking with generative layouts. Let's try asking it to show us how bullet trains work. It gives us this opening paragraph and this cool animation with this legend, as well as settings that we can configure. So we can increase the speed or decrease the speed, enable the levitation mode, show propulsion vectors, start, stop, reset. And then it gives us sections like physics of speed and aerodynamics, propulsion, and this table that compares the two different methods. Very cool. Another free experiment Google is running in the Gemini app is with visual layout. It creates magazine-style experiences where you can engage with elements just by clicking on them without the need to submit more text prompts. So in the Gemini web app, we have the model set to Gemini 3, and then for the tools, we'll select visual layout. You can see that it's an experiment here, and we'll use this prompt to create a travel itinerary next year for cities hosting World Cup games to FIFA's current top 15 ranked men's teams. We have a header here with an overview for the trip itinerary, and then the 3-day regional itineraries. You can click through these different tabs. So for each of these tabs, each of these cities, take a look at the morning, afternoon, and evening ideas. And then you can choose the route or the region that you're most interested in. There are some other settings that you can toggle, like the duration for the trip, or if we want a more relaxed route or a more fast-paced itinerary. And once we have those set, you can click on submit, or you can just click on one of these days and it'll respond. Here it gave us the day 1 icons of the harbor and the Hudson for New York. So you can click through all the attractions. I just clicked on this Statue of Liberty card here. It tells you the time, the key focus, and gives you tips. So there's a bunch of travel information, anything you need to know about prohibited items, IDs, a lot of information here. You can learn about history, learn about statistics, or you can use it for event planning or find your fashion statement. They haven't rolled it out to all free users, so if you don't see it, try creating another account. Another engaging tool is right in the Gemini app. You can create assets like quizzes or visualizers to help you understand concepts better. So this is the app that I created to learn about ancient civilizations. It gives me tabs for each of these civilizations and key contributions from each of them, along with major milestones in the timeline. There's this general timeline here and this quiz where I can test my knowledge. If I want to change any aspects of this app or add more information, I'll go to the bottom right corner here, click on this icon to select, and I'll have the opportunity to prompt here. So I'll add my request to enlarge the font and add locations according to modern day geography. And this design looks much better. You can create slide decks in Gemini, giving it direction on content and style, and export it to Google Slides where you can make quicker edits. It'll also create infographics for you, and when you create Canvas apps, it gives you the option to incorporate Gemini AI features. So for example, when you engage with your app, it'll take the context of your engagement and provide more information based on what you're asking for.
Hours long. This spinning behemoth also deflects serious cosmic shrapnel.
If you want to conduct research or learn via chat, another engaging tool is guided learning. So if you click on those dots, we're going to go ahead and ask Gemini to teach us how HubSpot does marketing. It responds with the key components of the HubSpot methodology, and then it asks which area we want to dive in first. So I'll just choose the first one, and it'll gather material, presenting it in a format that's easy to consume. So we can keep engaging with Gemini in this way, going to the next topic, progressing to understand their methods. A similar tool to guided learning is Learnabout. This is a tool that Google isn't promoting nearly as much as its other flagship tools. I would put this on the same level as NotebookLM as far as research and learning goes, but you can see very few people know about it, with the blue line being for NotebookLM searches. But you can go through different topics. It'll actually give you links that you can explore. So this is a gallery of sample topics that you can explore. So we can go through this first one here, but you can also upload your own PDF, your own documents, and it'll give you different sections for you to go through. It'll cite specific topics within your source that you uploaded. You can also look through these annotations to see key terms and key points. It picks out key concepts from the document that you uploaded, and similar to NotebookLM, you can take a guided audio tour. It gives you visuals based on the content that you uploaded, and you can dig into specific terms and concepts. Chat with the material by clicking on this button. You can still reference the original content in its original format compared to NotebookLM, where it pulls out all the text and the images, but the formatting differs from the original format. We can check out some of these other topics, like how gut bacteria affects my mood, where we can take a look at the example that we already started. Here you can click on the links that it presents, and it'll further explore those links, present the material from those links. It even pulls YouTube videos that you can engage with. On the left side, the left panel here, you can click through these specific concepts and it'll generate some content to help you learn about them. AI Studio is an enhanced version of the Gemini app targeted towards builders and developers, but it has awesome capabilities for research and learning. This is probably my favorite tool. Some of the best features are with Gemini Live, where you can share your screen, asking Gemini to teach you how to use software, enabling your webcam, and talking to Gemini at the same time. Once I click on share screen, I choose what screen I want to share, enable the microphone at the bottom, and go to the screen and ask away. Could you explain what this Python code does?
Sure. The Google Colab notebook you shared shows how to use the Powlight General Model with Keras to analyze images and answer questions about them. It covers installing the necessary libraries, loading the model, and generating outputs from image prompts.
One of my favorite parts of AI Studio is the app builder, where you can vibe code any idea and bring it to life. I'm just talking about using simple prompts like this one right here. Very simple prompt with several words to produce something on the right. Of course, I provided some feedback and suggestions. It also gives you its own suggestions here that you can add to your app. We can interact with it. It's functioning here. So let's just provide some inputs and see what it gives us. Washington, DC, minority, say profile. And it's actually generating some personalized ideas for us. We'll actually use one of the suggestions and click on Find Money, let it go to work. While it does that, you can click on the code if you want to edit the code directly, save some tokens. You can change the Gemini model that it uses right here and other components of the app. You can also create a fork or a copy to edit another version. You can look at the version history to see what's been changed, view the code differential. You can also download the app, save it to GitHub, deploy it with Google Cloud Platform, or share the app, publishing it, copying a link. The next set of tools will allow you to create assets and build automated workflows. In Gemini, there's a tool called Gems that allow you to build AI-powered mini apps for custom reusable workflows. We'll start by clicking on this new gem button, and here's where you can describe the app that you want to build. So we'll submit our prompt and it'll begin vibe coding. This app generates a research report for me on the performance of the financial markets from the past few days. Here are the steps on the left. It shows the tools that it uses. This includes Gemini, and then it creates a web page for the results, for the report. Here are the prompts. So all I have to do is click start without providing any other inputs, and it generates this report for me, including all these different sections, the top performers, top losers, the key drivers, etc. If I want to edit any of these prompts or any of these nodes, I can click on Advanced Editor. In the top right corner, this will open Google Opal, where you can see the entire workflow, add or delete nodes, edit the connectors between the nodes, edit the workflow, edit the node itself, ask the AI to focus on specific details in the report by editing the prompt. And once you're satisfied, you can run research reports over and over again. So those are some of the best and free Google AI tools available. If you want to see a more detailed video on any of those, let me know in the comments. If you found this useful, like the video and leave a comment. If you want more content on AI, workflow automation, and analytics, subscribe to the channel.